Hey guys, welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel, Become Better. I have a rose of me today and I'm filming in the dark because it's nighttime and I wanted sort of a nighttime vibe for this video. So in today's video we're going to talk all about the topic which is called people come into your life for a season, reason or a lifetime. And like all my YouTube videos are always just really special to me, so I'm excited that you're joining the family, and this is a safe space for all creatives and everyone who wants to talk about deep topics and is here to connect in this community, so welcome all. And so firstly, in this topic, people come into your life for a reason, season, or a lifetime. Let's talk about the first one, is a reason. Sometimes in life you have to sort of like learn certain things. So it might be you have to learn a certain lesson, or you might have not learnt your lesson from your past, and sometimes people come into your life to show you the form of like self-love, for example. For example, there might be someone like in your life who's like sort of toxic, or someone who's like not sort of in like the right headspace, or someone who's like come into your life and just sort of like been negative or toxic. And to be honest with you, when it comes to people like that, it's just really, it's not that great for you to like be in a healthy relationship with them or a friendship with them. And sometimes people come into your life for like a reason, and that sort of ties into like come into your life as for like a season. Some people come into your life for a month or two and then they leave, and sometimes you don't want them to leave, but they end up leaving anyway because their purpose in their life has been like fulfilled. And I truly believe that like everyone comes into your life, not everyone, some people are just like passing through and stuff. Like not everyone you meet like has like a really significant like purpose in your life, but I do feel like there are like certain people who you like see as special, or you like find special meaning with them, or like they could just come into your life randomly and you could like feel a lot of like happiness or joy or peace with them. And like a few people like can come into your life and they can be really special for like a really short amount of time, and when it comes to those people, it's just like sort of treasuring like what you had like when you had it. And then it's hard to move on from people you don't want to leave. That's the hardest part, is that like sometimes you don't want people to leave and they end up leaving, and sometimes it's nothing to do with you or them, it's just life just has a way of like removing people out of your life when the purpose has been fulfilled. So that's sort of when I say when some people come into your life for a season, it means that some people just come into your life just to fulfill something, and once that purpose has been fulfilled, then they leave. And it's sad when like people leave, because like sometimes really special people come into your life and they leave like a really significant impact on your life, and you don't want them to like leave. But unfortunately life is all about moving forward and like moving on, and like it's all about moving forward in life. And unfortunately not everyone comes to stay, and that's really upsetting because you want them to stay but they don't. And I think like people do have free will, like, but sometimes life just has its own way, and sometimes you do this thing where you cross paths with people, and sometimes you want that person to stay, but then if they're on a different road and a different chapter in their life, it's sort of like the train theory. It's sort of like make sure to get off at the right stop. And it sort of comes down to like in life, like sort of make sure you should always make sure to like get off at the right stop, because if you carry on that train journey with that person, then it's going to be more expensive when you leave that train to get on the right train that you need to be on. So that's sort of like my metaphor that I use. And normally your gut will tell you when it's time to leave, and it's hard because sometimes you don't want to leave. Like I've had friends that I've been in like relationships and they've told me like I never wanted to leave that person, and it's upsetting to me because like when you don't want to leave someone, it's like heartbreaking and like it's sad because like you care about that person a lot. But at the end of the day, you just got to think like what's the best for you and what's the best for that person. And if what's best for both people is to leave and part ways, then if you love them, then that's what you will do. But not because you're a bad person or they're a bad person, but just because you're on different roads in life. And you should just treasure the fact that you cross paths with them in the first place, because if you think about the general population and you think about the amount of people like you meet in your life and not everyone stays, it's sort of like you should just cherish the fact that you met them in the first place, because it's a blessing and a treasure that you met someone that had an impact on your life in the first place. And I do think like you can choose to stay in people's lives or not, but sometimes like as much effort and as much thought as you put into it, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And like I've said, like if something's meant to be, like it will be. And when people leave your life, you shouldn't like hold on to it. You should just like go with the natural flow of life, because if you like try and hold on to it and you try and like you're like forcing the natural way of nature and you're forcing like the natural way of like life, you're just gonna like force it and then you're gonna both end up getting hurt. And then it's just, in reality, you should just let life happen naturally and let it like unfold the way it's meant to unfold, and like go with the flow of life, even if it's pulling you in the direction that you don't necessarily want to go. At the end of the day, like whatever's best for you will happen. And like when it comes to life, you should sort of let it unfold naturally. You shouldn't try not to ever force things. Like yes, work hard, put in effort, and things like that, but sometimes in life, if you like try and put an effort and something's not working and you keep doing it and just doesn't work, then you've got to like reevaluate in yourself, like why am I doing this? Why do I want this person to stay? And is it healthy for me? You know, you might care about someone, but if it's not a healthy situation to be in, then you have to leave. And also like prioritizing your boundaries and prioritizing like what you deserve as well. Like some people stay in relationships or friendships because they like the person too much to let them go, but then you also got to think what do you deserve, and if you deserve more than what they're given, then you do have to make that really hard, tough decision to leave. And it's not easy. It's never easy to like make the right choice sometimes, because sometimes you want to hold on, but just sort of go with the flow of life. And some people just come into your life for a season, and you should just cherish that season and move forward in life. And if they're truly meant to be, then they'll find a way back. And yeah, a lot of people have like conspiracy theories of like, oh, if something's meant to be, it will be. I truly believe that. Like if something is meant to be, it will end up happening. And yeah, so. And then some people are really fortunate to stay in your life for your lifetime. And that is a blessing, because at the end of the day, if someone's staying in your life for a lifetime, then that's like, you know, your person, you know, that's your like friend, or that's like the people who you should hold close to. And normally like the people who stay in your life for your lifetime, it's not many people. Like if you think about all the people you meet in your life, like the amount of people who stay is not that many. But the people who do, you should really hold that close to you. And the other thing is that you never know. Like when you first meet someone for the first few times or something, you never know if they're going to stay in your life or not. But it's just making decisions, really. Like you do have choice if someone wants to stay in your life or someone wants to leave. But then at the end of the day, you've also got to think about all the other factors, like what you deserve. If you deserve better, then you need to walk away. And things like that, and you can make your own decisions in life. So yeah, that's my full take on this topic. Let me know in the comments what you think about this topic. I just think if someone comes into your life for a season, then you should just cherish that season and make joy out of it, and really like try your best to cherish those moments you have with that person, and when the season ends you will be like upset and disappointed, but then you gotta just be grateful for the chapter you shared together and move forward, and there'll always be like a memory that you'll have together even though it didn't last, which is a shame because you wanted it to last but it didn't. But yeah, some people come into our lives as a lesson, to teach us something about ourselves, or to challenge ourselves, or to like think of a different topic differently, or to like remember like what you deserve, or like to find your way back to yourself. Or sometimes it's even like someone might treat you wrong and then you can like leave them, and then it can teach you like what you want in a friendship or a relationship, etc, etc. But yeah, you can't control other people's actions, and sometimes you make promises and they don't follow through. Not because sometimes you can make promises to someone and then it can not follow through, and it might not be because like you're a bad person or they're a bad person. It could literally just be that you're on different paths in life, and sometimes in life the road splits and you have to go your separate ways, not because you're a bad person or they're a bad person, but just because you're on different paths in life and they need to go into the next chapter of their life, and they can't go into the next chapter if they're still holding on to the past and you or them, for example. So that's what I mean by some people come into life for a season, and once that season's over they leave. But the people who come into life for a reason, they will teach you something, and then the people who stay in your lifetime, just be grateful for them, honestly, because the people who come into your life for your lifetime are going to be your rock, and they're going to be there through like all your hard times, and like all the times that like you want to give up, you'll talk to them and they'll like reassure you. And yeah, so, and I know like, you know, in primary school you'd probably have friendships that you'll be like, oh, I'm going to stay in your life forever and things like that, and then it doesn't work out. But just because sometimes you don't fit anymore in each other's lives and you have to split apart, and sometimes you come back together, sometimes you never see each other again. But that's the whole mystery of life, and that's the whole, it's a journey, and you should cherish the journey and cherish every time you meet someone special. And it teaches you something as well. Like, people can promise you things, but take it with like a breadcrumb, you know. If you don't know that person very well and they promise you something and they don't follow through, it's not that they're a bad person, they might just be on a different journey, or you might not know them well enough. So that's my full take on that whole topic. I really hope you enjoyed this video on my channel. Make sure to leave a comment down below what you think of this topic. I'd love to hear your opinions, and I'd love to hear what you think about this topic, because it's a really interesting topic, how not everyone stays in your life, and it's upsetting though, but it is what we need to grow and move forward. Life is all about moving forward in life, and yeah, it's all about moving forward. So if you're in a situation and you know you need to leave, then life is all about moving forward. And it's never easy, but in the long run, doing the right thing is the best thing for you and for the other person. So take my word for it and always do the right thing, even if it hurts, or even if it hurts you or someone else. Do the right thing, because doing the right thing is always gonna benefit you in the long run. So I think that's where I'm going to end this video. Please make sure to like and share and comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The button's here. Check out all my other videos, because I have loads of other videos I'm posting on here. And I will see you guys next week for a brand new video. Love you guys. Peace.